Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So my most successful video to date has been the one on my uh, entrance into Sikhism and Sikhi and learning about it. So I guess more Sikh-related content might be in order. I'm going to start off with a very basic premise. I'm going to explain the very first character in Sri Guru Granth Sahib, Ik Oankar, with the numeral 1 and the Oankar symbol left. Basically, Ik is number 1, is a singularity. It is the source of all creation. Imagine the Big Bang, get cosmically minded. Oankar is the symbolic representation of the expansion of all things. And that way, when we say Ik Oankar, it doesn't mean, as most translations would have it, there is but one God. That's reductionist at best. It means from the singularity, all things emanate. We are all part of that singularity. Just because it's expanding does not mean we're not still within the singularity. It's like a fish in the sea. If a flood happens, the sea still is one thing, no matter how much land it covers. That is kind of how the expansion of our universe is, and how we can connect to the energetic potential of the universe, Vaheguru, or God, or any other way that we can express that idea of ultimate divinity or perfection. So, just to preface, most of my knowledge comes from random tidbits I've read here and there. The Nanak Nam video series on the Japji Sahib was very informative and formed an understanding for me of many basic Sikh concepts. Some information come from the Basics of Sikhi channel, but this video is intended to focus on Ik Oankar. People often will use it as a mantra for meditation. That works really good for letting yourself become one with everything around you. It's very transcendental, pantheistic kind of mentality that can come from it. I recommend trying it once in a while. I'm not as huge of a meditator as you might think, but it definitely is a trip to put yourself in that headspace of every atom of my body is nothing but a piece of the universe, and the conglomeration that makes me up is no different from anything that I see around me. They're just differently organized. And also, it's important to remember that Ik Oankar is only the jumping off point for the rest of Gurbani. When you say Ik Oankar, you should, in your mind, get the picture of something like the Big Bang. That's why Guru Nanak used it as his central symbol. The Khanda came later, to my best knowledge. The Khanda, the Sikh symbol for that's like on our temples and flags and everything else. Ik Oankar is what Guru Nanak symbolized for his philosophies. And it is the idea that all gods are indeed one God. All people and all things are indeed one universe. There's no separation. The separation is only ideological. It's in our heads. But even as I stand here, my body is changing, getting rid of old skin cells and replenishing it with new ones off of the food I ate. It is just one big cyclic existence. And as things cycle, the universe expands. And when we become one with that expansion, that's when we begin to get a glimpse of enlightenment, of true Guru consciousness. Am I an expert in these things? Not by a long shot. I'm learning it with a language barrier. But I do believe that it's knowledge that is lacking Most people, when they even learn about Sikhism in textbooks, they don't understand what the philosophy is. They get a very basic idea that was some sort of cult started by some gurus in India in the 1500s, and some glimmers of historical battles with the Mughal Empire. But they don't know the philosophical root. Actually, the root is the whole of the Mool Montar. The Oankar would be called the Bij Montar, the seed mantra. I got that one from Nanak Nam, but it is a very potent symbol that from the seed or the singularity or the little kernel that the whole tree grew, and that can be taken on many levels. It can be taken as an description of the creation of all things. It can be taken as just a framework for understanding Sri Guru Granth Sahib and Gurbani. These things work in levels, and as you dig into any scripture, but most especially Gurbani, you absorb and take in things from your vantage point. There's nothing wrong with that. No one has a complete understanding of anything, and that is actually a beautiful thing. Ignorance is bliss is false most of the time, I would say, except from the perspective of I'm willing to learn more. I don't know everything. That opens your mind up, opens your soul up to become better. And as we go through the rest of our day, and maybe you will think of this, maybe you won't, of just how the Big Bang and Oankar are good counterpoint ideas to one another, and how while the universe is constantly in cycles and changes, there is a constant thread, a constant energetic force in the universe that we are already a part of. We only are just too wrapped up in our own selves, on our own ego, and our own lives to embrace that perspective most of the time. I think everybody has moments and glimpses of being part of the all. But my hope is that something like this video can inspire us to be part of the all more often in life. And it does not have to come from a specific religious tradition or discipline or whatever. It's just a thought experiment. I'm part of everything. Everything is a part of me. As long as I submit myself humbly to the existence of everything around me, I realize that I'm one with everything around me. If we can all do that a little bit more often, I think the world would be a better place. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Please let me know if the Sikh-related philosophical ponderings are appreciated or not. Thank you.